Before you make any decision today, do this first. Ask God to order your steps. I know you woke up with that heavy feeling again. Maybe you have impossible choices ahead of you, deadlines pressing in, and that voice in your head won't stop asking, "What if I make the wrong move?" That knot in your stomach doesn't lie. You're carrying decisions that feel too big for you to handle alone. But what if I told you that every single step you take today is already seen by God? You know what the Bible promises us: that the Lord directs the steps of those who trust Him. He delights in every detail of your life. It's not about you being perfect first or having all the answers figured out. It's about being humble enough to say, "God, I need your guidance," before you move forward. Here's something most people miss. God doesn't just care about the big decisions. He cares about the conversation you'll have at lunch, the email you're about to send, even which route you take to work. Every step matters to Him because you matter to Him. When you start your morning by surrendering your plans to God, something miraculous happens. That anxiety begins to lift because you're no longer carrying the weight of controlling everything. You're walking with the one who sees the end from the beginning. What if today was different? What if instead of rushing into your to-do list, you paused right now and said, "Lord, order my steps. Let your will be done in my life today." Take a deep breath. Your Heavenly Father is waiting to guide you through every moment ahead. Are you ready to walk in His perfect plan? Then stay with me as we pray together and surrender this entire day into His loving hands. Before we dive deeper into the essence of trusting God's plan, let's take a moment to ground ourselves. Feel your heartbeat softly reminding you that you are alive right now. Notice how it pulses gently with every breath you take. Imagine inhaling fresh air, filling your lungs with the peace that only God can provide. As you exhale, picture the stress and uncertainty slipping away. Stop for a second and reflect. What decisions weigh heavily on your heart? Is it that career move, a personal relationship, or perhaps it's the simple choice of how to spend your day? Remember, He knows the intricacies of our lives. The beauty of surrendering our decision-making to Him is that every step resonates with His divine orchestration. He is the masterful conductor of our life symphony, harmonizing our paths with love and purpose. Now, let's transition to the people surrounding you. Think of those you love, their laughter, the warmth of their embraces, the shared moments over a meal or a coffee. Even if there are misunderstandings or frustrations, the essence of connection is what God cherishes. Picture a time when you reached out to a friend in need, and by simply being present, you became a vessel for God's love. That bond served as a reminder of God's presence within your relationships. Each interaction, no matter how mundane, can be a moment for God to shine through you. He desires to guide your conversations, nurture your alliances, and even mend broken relationships. Smell the aroma of coffee or the freshness of a home-cooked meal, and let that be a representation of the blessings God pours into your life through others. Acknowledge that these interactions matter deeply to Him, just as you matter to Him. What remains invisible yet immensely powerful are the blessings that flow through faith. Picture sunlight breaking through dark clouds, illuminating your path ahead. There's a struggle we all face, a challenge that feels insurmountable, a decision clouded in doubt. Perhaps it's a financial strain or health concern that keeps you awake at night. Yet, in this tension lies a promise. When you lean into God's understanding and let go of your own, the light pierces the darkness. That flood of relief washes over your spirit, offering a glimpse of hope. But there's something more profound awaiting you, a deep revelation that comes when you fully embrace trust in Him. Ask yourself, how would your life change if you truly let go and allowed God's plan to unfold? The fight within you will begin to quiet, but only when you risk the leap into the unknown. Gratitude opens doors, but there is more to this journey we are on together. As we prepare to navigate the twists and turns of this day, what if I told you that your openness to surrender creates space for divine encounters? Just when you think you've reached the end of your options, God crafts a new opportunity, a moment you never saw coming. An unexpected message from a long-lost friend, a solution to a problem that seemed insolvable. These are the precise ways He orders our steps. You might wonder, can prayer really change the outcome of my day? This matters deeply because our true transformation starts when we align our will with His during our seemingly ordinary moments. So, as we conclude this part of our journey together, remember, the act of prayer isn't just a routine, but a dynamic conversation with the Lord. In your quiet moments, as you whisper your concerns, know that God is actively listening, ready to respond. Allow your heart to be stirred with anticipation as you consider the ways He might move in your life today, and recognize that by surrendering your plans, you position yourself perfectly for His guidance. In the next chapter, we will uncover how each experience, no matter how small, holds the key to trusting Him fully. Are you ready to lean into that upcoming revelation? The adventure awaits, but this is only the beginning of what God is doing in your life. You see, when you pause to reflect, you open your spiritual eyes to a deeper reality, a tapestry woven from the mundane to the miraculous. Have you noticed how each morning unfolds with a promise of new beginnings? Just like a tiny seed rests beneath the soil, waiting for the right moment to burst forth and grow into a mighty tree, so too do our struggles and aspirations rest within God's careful nurturing. In Matthew 17:20, we are reminded of the faith required to move mountains. It's often the tiniest seed of faith that holds the power for grand transformations. As we deep dive into living with this faith, let's expand our awareness. Imagine these seeds of faith, your dreams, your worries, your relationships, all scattered across the landscape of your life. While you see only the surface, there are underground rivers of divine intervention flowing just below. Every time you surrender control to God, you are watering these seeds with trust. But watch closely. When nothing seems to be happening, everything is changing. That may feel paradoxical, but within the quiet, hidden spaces, God is working on your behalf. Just as the sun breaks through the clouds to illuminate the earth below, His light is breaking into your life, ready to guide you toward your purpose. While you engage in your everyday actions, drinking coffee, sharing laughter with friends, facing uncertainty, God is orchestrating events in the unseen realm, preparing you for outcomes beyond your imagination. Do you realize how remarkable that is? In every mundane moment, potential is waiting to be unlocked, often amid chaos or confusion. Here is where it becomes vital to embrace a new mindset. When the chaos of life barrels toward you, it's easy to forget that God's presence is there, like a lighthouse guiding sailors through stormy seas. But I must tell you something important. For every divine blessing, there are also unseen obstacles vying for your attention. The enemy knows how to place distractions right where your faith could take flight. Before it's too late to realize the attacks on your spirit, let's acknowledge what you might be facing: doubt creeping into your thoughts, fear slipping into your heart. Ask yourself, what whispers of uncertainty are stifling your trust in God? What burden are you still trying to carry alone? God invites you to lay all that down and trust in His divine orchestration instead. As you ponder these questions, let an aha moment emerge. True faith is not merely the absence of doubt, it's the active choice to engage with trust despite our uncertainties. Like the Israelites crossing the Red Sea, it was not until they stepped into the waters that the miraculous opened up for them. This is where your role becomes vital, my friend. Will you step out in faith with each decision, each relationship, and even amidst your worries? Hold that thought. There's an even richer layer awaiting you, the intertwining of gratitude and recognition. Just as you begin to recognize the divine hand at work, you'll find gratitude rising within, amplifying your awareness of His goodness. The more you cultivate this awareness, the more you realize that every encounter, every lesson learned, is a part of God's intricate plan. But remember, the journey isn't always smooth. Now, let us leave you with these thoughts. What if you surrendered fully to God's direction today? Imagine a pathway clearing, a decision emerging that puts you directly in line with His will. How would that transform your life? As you lean into this uncertainty, I pose a question that demands resolution. What divine surprises lie just around the corner for you? And as the rhythm of your heart harmonizes with His guidance, never forget, God is not only moving in your life, but He is also preparing you for a confrontation of purpose that is yet to unfold in our next chapter. Stay ready, my friend. The journey of faith that leads to incredible revelations has only just begun, and you won't want to miss what comes next. I know exactly where you are right now. You may be feeling overwhelmed by uncertainty, wrestling with fear and doubt that seem to cling as tightly as shadows in the dark. You might find yourself asking whether your dreams are too big, doubting if your prayers are even being heard. This struggle is real and valid. We all face moments when the road is foggy and the path seems unsteady. Perhaps you've felt the weight of expectations, both from the world and from within. As we navigate through this life, confronting internal battles can feel just as tumultuous as facing external circumstances. Why am I not getting what I ask for? You might wonder, is my faith even enough? But here's the truth no one wants to say. You've been fed lies that have left you spiritually paralyzed. Maybe you've believed that God is distant, that He isn't intimately involved in the chaos of your life, or that your troubles are insurmountable, leading to a sense of hopelessness. You see, the enemy wants you to feel defeated, to question your worth, to think you are alone in this fight. Remember Peter, who denied Jesus out of fear, or Thomas, who doubted the resurrection. They faced the truth of their weaknesses, but it's this very confrontation that brought them closer to understanding the resurrection and power within Christ. The enemy knows how to exploit those moments, weaving doubt into your thoughts and fears into your heart, creating a tapestry of desolation that feels overwhelming. As you hear this, the enemy is actively preparing schemes to derail your faith. Every second you hesitate, every moment spent dwelling on uncertainties, He's drawing you further from your destiny. Perhaps you feel paralyzed by the fear of rejection, burdened by the weight of past failures. Or maybe you are suffocated by the weight of expectations, both from others and yourself. If we don't act now, we risk being consumed by these lies that corrupt our perception of God's goodness toward us. But here lies the turning point. The truth that changes everything is this: God is meticulously crafting a master plan, one that outstrips your wildest imagination. He invites you into a new realm of understanding and to reclaim your rightful identity. Just as David stepped onto the battlefield armed with faith, not by might, but in the name of the Lord, you too have weapons for this spiritual warfare. In Romans 8:31, we are reminded that if God is for us, who can be against us? The enemy doesn't want you to see that your faith, no matter how small, is a force capable of transforming your reality. The time has come to rise up. We can no longer allow complacency to rob us of our divine purpose. We must engage in constant prayer, boldly speak life over our circumstances, and refuse to surrender to the lies that have kept us paralyzed. Now is the moment to declare your intentions, to commit to step into the battle equipped with faith, the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. Are you ready to shed the weight of fear and embrace the calling that God has placed on your life? Are you prepared to confront the forces that seek to stifle your trust and sabotage your steps? Prepare your heart, for the next chapter awaits, and it's one of action, transformation, and fulfillment of God's promises in your life. Are you willing to deepen your trust, to step bravely into the unknown, and to align your steps with His divine direction? The victory is already won, but it requires your active participation in the unfolding story that God is narrating for you. Don't miss it. Enough. Today this changes. No more dwelling in despair. I refuse to let fear define my steps. I refuse to be idle while doubts cloud my vision. I stand up, ready to embrace the divine path laid before me. I will not turn back. God is guiding my every step. His plans are unfolding even now, and I'm aligning myself with His purposes. I reject fear. I reject the lie that I am unseen. I reject the shame of my past failures. I reject paralysis caused by doubt. I reject the enemy's schemes to derail my faith. I reject the weight of expectations from the world, and I tear out every strand of uncertainty that binds me. I break free from the shackles of self-reliance. I let these lies fall away like leaves in autumn, making room for the truth that God is with me. I am chosen. I am called to greatness. I am a child of the Most High. I am filled with divine purpose. I am empowered to conquer every obstacle. I am strong and courageous. I am not defined by my setbacks, but rather by the Spirit within me. I am resilient, for I carry the light of Christ. I am His masterpiece, created for good works. I am loved beyond measure. I am equipped to face my battles with unwavering faith. I take hold of confidence. I walk boldly into my destiny. I open my heart to divine direction. I embrace the plans that God has for me, for His ways are higher. I break free from the chains of insecurity, stepping into the fullness of life He offers. I move forward, defying doubt and claiming every promise made. Now is my time. Today is the day I advance with purpose and power. It is done. The shift has occurred. From this moment, I see the future brimming with God's goodness. The battles I face are victories in disguise, and I confidently step into them, knowing I am covered by grace. I envision the triumphs that await as I submit to His will. All chains are shattered, every stronghold is defeated. I see the doors of opportunity flung wide open. My heart is ready for the next chapter, a sacred invitation to trust deeper and act bolder. If you believe, declare it with me now. It is done. God's promises are alive in me. I am ready for consecration in the journey that lies ahead. Now, let's embrace this sacred moment as we lean into our transformation together. Place your hand on your heart and take a deep breath. Let every beat remind you of the promises brought forth in our journey. This is a time of surrender, a commitment to align ourselves under God's loving direction. Let's seal this moment with intention and purpose. Father, I surrender every fear that has held me back. I yield my aspirations, my dreams, and my burdens into your capable hands. I ask you to guide me with your wisdom. Together, let us declare, I surrender my need for control, and I embrace you, Lord, as the author of my steps. Repeat this with me. I surrender my past. I let go and trust your path. I receive your strength to face today. Pause for a moment to let those words sink in. Breathe deeply, letting the weight of the past dissolve as your spirit opens wide to the new. I dedicate my future to you, Lord. I offer my life as a living testament to your loving guidance. Feel His presence surrounding you, warming your heart as you commit to walking in faith. I see you standing confidently in the light of God's grace. In 3 months from now, you will reflect on this moment. Picture this, your path illuminated, each step forward resonates with purpose. You will feel the joy of overcoming challenges, and you'll witness breakthroughs in areas where you once felt stagnant or lost. Your connections with others will flourish, and the burdens that seemed insurmountable will lift. You are filled with peace that surpasses all understanding. Your heart will radiate the love of Christ, impacting every interaction. Can you see it? Every moment becomes an opportunity for divine action, and your life is a beacon of hope and faith. Let me declare over your life, every chain of doubt is broken, every stronghold crumbles before you, and God's promises are alive within your spirit. You are blessed beyond measure. The favor of the Lord rests upon you. Know this, you are held in His embrace, your heart is secure, and He will bring to fruition every good thing He has begun in you. As we wrap this sacred time together, I invite you to take action. Write, I declare in the comments if you commit to yielding to God's direction in your life. Share this message with someone who needs encouragement to trust God and surrender their struggles. And remember to come back tomorrow, because God isn't done with you yet. Expect to hear a powerful testimony of how God will move in your life as a response to your faithfulness. Let's close this moment with reverence and anticipation. Continue holding onto that vision of your transformed future. It is filled with divine purpose and joy. Know that the journey ahead is infused with the power of God's promises. Step boldly into it, surrounded by His grace. Tomorrow, we will dive deeper into the divine plans He has in store for you. You are called, you are chosen, you are loved. Let's carry this transformation forward together.